All right, welcome to the Voncast Show. Today I got Reggie Rare, man. How's it going, bro?
Nice, good.
Good. Thank you for being here. We start off the show with introductions. Tell us an intro about who you are and what you do.
I go by Reggie Rare, you know what I'm saying, I'm from Palmdale, California. Just an upcoming artist, you know what I'm saying. Trying to get my vision out and my knowledge and share it with the people and my culture and just trying to level up, man. Just trying to share it lyrically.
Dope, man. So take us back to childhood. What were your childhood years like?
Oh man, back and forth from LA to Palmdale, but mostly Palmdale. You know what I'm saying. Had 5 sisters. You know what I'm saying. One little brother. You know, so it was a packed house. You know, an older brother. So just really, I was into sports, man. Sports and music, but music was driving me to play basketball. You know, and a lot of hip hop. You know what I'm saying, and a lot of oldies.
Any particular songs or artists that drove you to play sports?
Oh, I believe it or not, it used to be a song, Foo Fighters, Pretender. I know that's not rap or anything, but it just was that symbol of, you're not a pretender, bro. Like, you're not, like the lyric was like, what if I say I'm not a pretender? What if I say I'm not like the others? And I strive off of that, not being like others. You know what I'm saying? My name is Rare for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So I strive off of that. So I always went with that. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like the other person. Don't be a pretender. If you speak it, speak it into existence.
Right.
Make that happen. Yeah.
Did you enjoy school when you were growing up, or it wasn't really your thing?
Enjoying school.
I guess more.
It's a 50.
Right.
It's a 50. It's a 50-50 because I enjoyed some of the classes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not all the classes you want to go to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had this one teacher named Mr. Gunther. You know what I'm saying? He made teaching or learning ultimate. He talked about shoes, SSBs, kicks, and he's just, cool. He was just like, you know about that, but why don't you know about this verb here? You know what I'm saying? So it's just different things. It was a 50-50 for me because I was blessed with a teacher like that ending school that helped me get through graduation. And then,
were you more of a language person or more a math person, or kind of both?
Language, definitely, yeah, definitely.
Horrible math.
Horrible. The steps, I would get to the 3rd step and I'm like, oh man, I can't remember this next step.
Yeah, I would on test, I would get the right answer, but I'd get paranoid and self-doubt myself and erase
it. Yeah. Been through that, man. Been through it. So I know how that is, man.
What was your first exposure to hip hop? It could be the music, DJing, breakdancing, whatever.
First exposure, man, always been around. Growing up, man, hip hop always been around. My cousins raps, you know what I'm saying? My cousins raps, you know what I'm saying? But this is the age of Nelly coming up, Eminem, 8 Mile. 8 Mile just dropped, so everybody want to be everybody want to be a battle rapper at this. But me, I wasn't into battle rap so much, so I never got into that phase of battle rap, you know. But I always wanted to be a lyricist.
Okay. What age did you decide you wanted to be a lyricist or pursue music, or just have a fun knack for it?
Oh, man, 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
2 years ago.
2 years.
Yeah, so I always, loved music. Always loved music. Always, wanted to be involved somehow in music, any type of way. But 2 years ago, I moved out here.
Okay.
3 years ago, I linked up with one of my friends that was really, his name is Marcel. He's a real, he lives and breathes music, not just hip hop, just music. So
did he sing in a band or anything? Or?
No, he's just a rapper.
Okay.
But he hasn't released anything. So it's I wanted to take that initiative and show him we could do this, but so after that I put my foot to the pavement and just start running with it because I got a lot of good feedback, and so I'm just nobody can stop me now. mindset.
Not to compare, you said you've been rapping only for 2 years and you're this good.
Yeah.
Do you know how long I've been rapping for? Yes.
6.
16 plus years.
16?
Yeah, I'm old.
Dang, how old are you?
30.
30?
Yeah.
Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, but I'm about to be 25 on the 26th.
Yeah.
So,
That's crazy, man. I mean, like, you definitely have a natural knack for it. Like,
appreciate it.
that's great, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I was like, holy shit, 2
Appreciate it.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who were your early influences in hip hop? Like, who did you listen to on your computer or your like MP3 player or whatever?
Oh, my MP3 player. There was a lot of Jay-Z going on.
Jay-Z. Okay.
There's a lot of Jay-Z going on my MP3 player. 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying?
What era Jay-Z?
The Reasonable Doubt. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
all right.
That president, it was always playing. Blueprint was always playing in my ear because he was just like. It was something to me. I know everybody be like, oh, they don't want to follow the hype, but I'm gonna follow the hype because it shows his success shows. You know what I'm saying? His blueprint shows. Like, okay, yeah, people don't want to believe in the hype, but his blueprint shows. You know?
Definitely. And it's interesting you call it blueprint. It's like to lay out what you do.
Yeah.
Were you? I mean, did you ever follow Nas and Jay-Z beef, or were you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely, I followed that.
Who do you think? Who do you think won? I mean, it's like none of them really lost, but some people, oh, this person won or this person won.
I'm gonna have to say it's Nas because it's just like we was talking earlier, like how he was just an instrument, you know what I'm saying? His voice was an instrument, it was poetry, emotion. At that time, it's just like all cylinders were going his way at that time. It was so elegant how he approached it. Jay-Z, he came bluntly, fire. It was facts.
Right.
It was facts. But at that time of the era as it is, elegance, you gotta understand, they just came out of the golden year. They still have Michael Jackson. Everything is elegant.
Right.
Every word is more, finesse.
Right.
But now everything's bluntly. If you say fuck, like, oh, fuck, you know what I'm saying? So, right now, back then, he won.
Yeah.
Like, that's just off the hand.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, Jay-Z did have the moves, but like Nas went in surgical precision on Ether.
Yeah.
It took him a while, but damn, when those gunshots, fuck Jay-Z.
Yeah. It's just like.
Yeah.
He's coming.
Yeah.
Like, stole my style. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, that was, and then what's great is it never ended in violence. It was all on wax.
Yeah, definitely.
I like rap beef is great. I think it can be used to push the culture, to like set up your lyrics. It's just when it gets violent, when I'm like, maybe y'all gotta take a step back, but it really depends on the situation. I mean, I know with Ja Rule and 50 was different. 50 was gunning for Ja because Supreme was close with Ja Rule, and apparently, allegedly, Supreme was connected to 50 Cent's mom's death or something.
Supreme?
Yeah.
Clothing?
No, I'm sorry.
Preem. Okay.
Like I'm not sure what he was in the New York world, but I don't think he rapped, but he was definitely
he's a DJ.
No, not DJ Premier.
Oh, okay.
I think he was a drug dealer, a kingpin of some sorts. I don't want to get it twisted.
Okay.
But so like the beef of Jay-Z and beef of 50 and
Yeah, stop.
what the fuck? Oh no, it's good.
Oh God, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So hopefully it's good. It should be good.
Okay.
All right. Wait. Fuck, what just happened? Oh, it's still recording. Damn it. Okay, that's weird. Okay, we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So 50 and Preem. So Preem was like a drug dealer, I think, or something of that nature in New York. And he had something to do with 50 Cent's mom's death, so that beef was just like more than music.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, I get what you're saying
Yeah.
now. Oh yeah. So when it comes to like beef with like 50, it's real beef.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. When he see you on the streets, that's the type of vibe 50
Yeah.
brought to me. Like if I ever meet 50, I'm gonna go with the same intensity because I know what type of
These.
You know, 50's a different type of beast. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
So.
Were you a fan of Gina?
Yeah.
Who was your favorite Gina member?
I would have to say. Member, I would have to say. Man, it's hard because it's out of Lloyd Banks.
Oh, I like Lloyd. That was my guy.
Is out of Lloyd Banks or Young Buck?
Really?
Because I like Young Buck just because his like it's just like genuine.
Mm-hmm.
His energy is
Yes.
genuine. Like
Yeah.
what he is what he says, and what he's rapping and who he is. You can tell like he's passionate about what he does.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like Young. It's first lineup. Yeah, it's tough, man. That's a tough question.
I had to say I was into the whole lyrical and punchlines. Definitely Lloyd Banks punchline.
Oh yeah.
I mean those K-Slade mixtapes, just all his.
Oh yeah.
They weren't even like actual songs, but just all those mixtapes of him rapping over like Victory and all this stuff was amazing.
Well, have you heard the? If I'm not mistaken, it's a mixtape about Fabulous and Lloyd Banks.
Was it a collab? Was it an actual
It was
collaboration?
collaboration, I think.
I don't think so. I mean, I know people.
I think it was because I was listening to it and they were both on there, so I think.
Because I think usually what DJs do is they take out like some really dope verses from each one and they put it on a beat and then they put it out as that.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be. I mean, like they were definitely. Yeah, Fabulous is another rapper I think that like aged well over time.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous is definitely one of my,
Yeah.
you know, his smoothness, his how he portrayed himself. You know what I'm saying? Just that New York, New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love New York. You
Yeah,
know?
me too. Yeah, from the West, but like, dude, I can say that I was more into East Coast music
Yeah,
than
same
West
here.
Coast.
Same
Like,
here.
loved the West Coast. It was just I was into like that lyrical, like the punchlines. Not saying West Coast didn't have it, but I identified more with that.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right, so let's see. What else? Okay, so did you have any first like rap aliases, or was it always Reggie Rare?
Always been Reggie Rare, man.
That's cool.
Always, never changed.
So if you could describe your style for those who haven't listened to your music, how would you describe it?
Honestly, I can't tell you. I let people interpret it the way they like to interpret it, because, like I said, your style is supposed to be unique. You know what I'm saying? So if it is interpreted some type of other way, it is because nothing's new up under the sun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you probably hear this and that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of good music and there's a lot of influence, you know, behind it. But I mean, I can't tell you a direct answer to that because I feel like it's just unique. You know what I'm saying? And what you get is what you get.
Also, too, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so before this conversation started, you said you were playing basketball before music.
Oh yeah.
Talk to us about how you got into basketball and all that.
One of my close friends way back in the day, like third grade, I was tall. I was like this height since like fifth grade.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had a growth spurt early. You know, I was that tall kid, and then I stopped growing in like the 10th grade. So it was just like I went to YMCA, Parks Rex, AAU ball, everybody, the path that most people take. But I got it started like in the 3rd grade, man. Liked it, loved it, put all my time and dedication into it. And it came back in 10-4, went to college, you know what I'm saying? I got some looks from some D1s, and just, academically, I was not all the way prepared because honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth, I didn't know how, like, the measurements of the magnitude of every step you go through, in life. So after that, I just went to a JUCO, played a year. Wasn't the best, you know what I'm saying? I was nice, but I wasn't the best to, like I said earlier, like somebody likes chocolate, somebody like chocolate, somebody like vanilla, so it's just you gotta pick the right program, and I just felt like I didn't pick the right program.
Well, that's hard. I mean, you have to deal with your coach along with your teammates. It's rapping. If you're a solo artist, for the most part, it's like a solo sport, individual sport.
Right, exactly.
But having to be on a team, like how y'all like mesh on the court, off the court, there's so many factors to it. And it must be, it's probably tough, you know, if you don't get along with certain people on your team and you're playing as a team against another team, if you have internal strife within the team or your coach, it's hard.
Yeah, definitely.
Damn, so yeah, like, so what was it like playing college level ball? You said you been
Yeah.
What was it like?
Oh man, it was honestly it was exactly what I prepared for it already. You know what I'm saying? I knew like the jump. I knew the hard work and dedication. Like always came first. You know what I'm saying? In laps, anything. I always wanted to come first. So in college it was more of like you're here now. Don't waste your time. You know what I'm saying? If you're on the court, you're on the court. Like, put your phone away because somebody else out there is really putting their focus in it to a different type of focus. It's just a different type of focus when you play at different elite levels.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember I was doing high school tryouts for basketball. We were doing a lot of laps, suicides. At one point, I threw up. Can you describe like what like practice is like for junior college or college level? Like, what do you do?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Junior college was probably the easiest practice. Yeah.
Is it because you're so used to high school?
Nah, it's just like junior college is like, man, if you could, you run the plays. If you can get the play down, if you're constant knack, you know what I'm saying, on the court somewhere, someone who could really put everybody else in a position to get better at every play. I feel like junior JUCO college is very easy to play as long as you get in the right program. To be honest, that's just my honest opinion. You know, give your all to that program.
Was high school tough for you? High school like tryouts and no?
I know it was just basically high school was never a tryout, but back then I had hops. So like I could really I could dunk and stuff. You know.
Wow,
so,
you can dunk.
Yeah. Well, not now, but back then I was able to dunk.
So how tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
How the hell can you? That's crazy.
Yeah. I used to have hops, man.
Dude, how can you dunk a 5? That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
5'10", dunking.
The alias, you know how you asked about alias before, Reggie Rare. I had one for basketball. It's called Gravity.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
so,
dude.
yeah. So I mean, that's back in the day though.
How tall do you have to be for you to be able to dunk? What's the average? You have to be at least like 6 something or?
No, I don't think there's cause I used to have dreams of me jumping and never coming down. You know what I'm saying? Dreams of me just floating. I'm like, what is this dream about?
Right.
But it's because of natural ability. You know, you could jump. You know, so I feel like there's no matter how tall you are, if you work, you could dunk. If you work the right way, you could dunk.
Right, that's true. So there was that one player like Spud Webb back in the day.
Oh yeah.
He was short.
Yeah, he was like 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So let's see. So you got with a group called Third Channel.
Yeah. Well, I made the group.
Met the group.
Yeah.
Not to go super in detail, but can you tell us like the members and how that came about, how meeting them came about?
Yeah. So first member was Boogie. He's my roommate, DJ Chief Boogie. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? We just went to the open canvas night in Compton with JB. So shout out to them. But first was Boogie. Boogie Black is my roommate. I was telling him, writing down my goals, like, man, I need a crew. So he's like, you know, I'm always in. I'm like, you know, definitely. So he was my first member. Second member was Mofo Ricky. You met Mofo, right?
Yeah.
I was walking down the street, his parking lot. I was eating, you know, coming from my boy Marcel house, the one I was telling you about, who got me into it, back into it at least. I heard him talking about vinyls, and I'm just like, yo, you talking about vinyls? And he's like, yeah, but who are you? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, yo, I'm a rapper, bro. I'm dope. I want you to hear me. You talking about vinyls? You sound serious. So I went up to him, you know, showed him my music. He's like, come in my house. Like that night, it was the same night. It's like, come in. He had he had his stuff going on, and he showed me a couple of his songs. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? No lie. And then after that, he's the he used to be in a different group. So he introduced me to Paige Spills, Honest, Eyesore, and who else did he introduce me to? And that was about it. And we have one more person named Patat. He's from Palmdale as well. So yeah, man, that's basically the sum up the story. But basically, I met Mofo. I told Mofo the plan, and he said he has more people out here in the valley since I'm from Palmdale. You know what I'm saying? I didn't bring nobody out here with me. I came out here by myself.
Right.
So it was just like from there, it was like sparked, and I was like, let's get it rolling.
Right. So not only are you a rapper, but you also do visuals, as in music videos, animation kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
When did you start doing that? When did you get into that?
This year.
This year?
Yeah, this year, man. Yeah, this year, bro. I met Honest, you know what I'm saying? Which one? Shout out to Honest, you know what I'm saying? That's my boy. Without him, a lot of videos, a lot of traveling videos wouldn't be done without my man. So big shout out to him. He was editing my third video, which was my first video ever. You know, besides Macking, shout out to Boogie back, because he did that off of iPhone. But my first video ever with a camera, Honest did it, and then once I seen it, I'm like, man, we need to improve. It's all about leveling up to me.
Right.
So it's all about leveling up, and I feel like the best way to level up is to do it yourself. The homework theory, you know what I'm saying? Do your homework and you pass the test.
Right.
So I did my homework. You know, I've been doing my homework, trying to learn the ins and outs of editing and what Adobe Premiere and Final Cut and, you know, everything I can get my hands on to be the best I could in video editing, directing.
That's cool, man. I think, like we said earlier, it's so good to have these skills. It's good, like, because these days everyone essentially raps.
Right.
You need to have that edge over other people. Like, what else can you do outside of rapping or outside of, you know, maybe you make beats or produce, but making music videos, I mean, so many rappers need music videos.
Yeah,
you know, like,
definitely.
Visuals now are just so important that, yeah, it's cool to have like a song on Spotify or iTunes, but people want to see who you are.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, man. Like, sometimes how you look, how you present yourself in music videos, that can make or break, like, if people like your music. Like, if you spit like some dope shit, but you're not all the way there with your visuals, like, you know.
Yeah.
But likewise, I mean, it can work the other way. If you're mediocre, but they like your personality, they like your style, they like how it's shot. Oh, I like this person. Let me fuck with them. You know?
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely true. That's what I'm trying to get right now for that.
Right. Let's see. So you had 3 album releases or 3 EPs?
3 EPs. Yeah,
Okay.
we can call them EPs, mixtapes, whichever one you want to call them. So yeah, I did 93. That's my first one. That's introducing Third Channel.
Right.
93 is because I was born in 93, obviously. And Death by Poetry. You know what I'm saying? Before I rapped, I did poetry.
Okay, spoken word concept?
Yeah, spoken word. This is to myself. I performed one time in spoken word poetry, but then after that, I just immediately transformed back to rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? The hip hop. So after that, it was July.
And then that just came out recently.
That just came out
July 1st, I believe, at midnight.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you know.
That was clean.
So
talk to us about July. Like, what was that about? You know, how'd you come up with the concept and the album cover, everything?
Oh, okay. Well, I have a son. Shout out to him. You know,
Nice.
RC. You know, shout out to you. You know, young king. So July is his birthday is July 29th.
Okay.
My birthday is July 26th.
Interesting.
Yeah. So one of the best months I feel. So and it was going through a lot. You know what I'm saying in that time. And so, with that being said, I was like, my young king need to be on the cover, and I need to be on the cover. It's July, it's a celebration month, but also people go through the trials and tribulations. So I just pit us both one, their father and son, so people understand, like, you know, I'm a father figure, and I'm a figure that needs to level up for this my little guy. So yeah.
How has fatherhood changed your views on life and like just how much harder you want to go and everything.
Oh, manifestation. I learned that word is so heavy from having a son. Just manifest whatever you want to do, whatever you want to be. Manifestation, man. Because now that I have a son, it's like nobody should be able to tell him he can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? And as a father, that's my job to make sure I mold him in the right situations where he could be whatever he wants to be and become whatever he wants to do.
Right.
So with that type of mindset, I didn't have that when I didn't have a son. I had, this is the way it gotta be, and I'm gonna follow all these rules because this is the way. But now it's like, manifest your road where you could one day tell him these stories and give him these experience points without him having to jump through the barriers I went through.
Right.
So,
speaking of barriers, like what did you go through? I mean, what obstacles did you go through in your past that's made you who you are today?
oh man, a lot, man. Shoot, shout out to all my family for that because it's just like, you have so many different personalities.
Right.
And like I said, I'm from Palmdale, so it's a little different. You know, my family's from LA, but it's a little different when you're in Palmdale and they coming out there and everybody have a different personality and you know, it's just like it's hard to describe that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's so it gives you so much versatile because you hang out with all that family, and then that builds you into the person you are today. And then shout out to mom because without her, I wouldn't be hard-headed, you know what I'm saying? And hard-headed in a good way. Most people say hard-headed is a bad way. Stubborn, but I feel like hard-headed is being good. I watch anime, I don't know if you watch
Oh,
anime.
I love it. We can get into that. Man.
I'm like the Black Asta. You know what I'm saying? If you know who Asta is.
Black Clover.
Yeah. I'm like the Black Asta. I feel like anything's possible without, you know what I'm saying? I feel like anything's possible. So that's how that kind of molded me into the person I am today because my mom, you know what I'm saying? She used to be on drugs and she got every year I turn a year older, she's off of drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm about to be 25 and it's about to be 25 years.
Wow,
She's been off drugs, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, with that being said, anything is possible. Anything. So.
Wow, that's great.
That's how it molded me.
Definitely. Okay, anime talk, unrespected.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, I was not a fan of Black Clover the first couple episodes because I couldn't get used to Asta's voice.
So yeah, a lot of people said that too. A lot of people said that.
I stuck through it. It's a very Naruto-esque story where like it's pitted against him, but I think he definitely leveled up quicker than Naruto.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Are you caught up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think episodes 40 and 41, I think they're fillers. 40's filler, but they go to the beach. Well, I haven't seen 41.
The beach, yeah. I didn't like that. The fillers.
I hate that. I go to a website, it tells me what fillers are what, so I don't get hyped. Like, oh fuck, episode 40. Fuck. Like I keep when is the action gonna happen?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I hate that, man.
Yeah,
I hate that.
I mean, some people can say, oh, it's character building, which is true, but I want to see the fucking action.
Yeah, show me it, because I mean,
and
then they just came out of that epic battle.
Oh my
so
God.
Then you're gonna go to the beach scene.
I was surprised. They're like, oh, there's a traitor among. I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's a traitor amongst y'all. I'm like, I wonder who it is.
Oh yeah.
But it's really good. Any other animes you watch?
I watch them all, man.
Me too. Okay.
Trigger, you ever seen that?
I haven't seen it in a while. It's older, right?
Trigger is a little older, but look that up. That's good. My Heroes Academy, of course, you've seen that. My Hero Academia.
Man, you know, I had a hard time getting into it. I got to the third episode, first season. I didn't get into it. I heard someone like just wait it out. I heard third season's really good.
Third season's the best.
Everyone says third season's amazing.
Third season's the best, bro.
If I was to hypothetically just jump to third season, would it make sense or no? Okay.
And what you have to watch the in and out. Like there's no cheating. It's like It's like, have you ever seen Hunter x Hunter?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So you already know. Like Hunter x Hunter is so deep into depth when they're talking details and how they're auras working and
my
everything.
God, that was so good.
it's just like Gong is my
Yeah.
favorite. You know,
Definitely.
I'm definitely feel like I'm a lyrical enhancer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I can definitely tell you specialist. Like
Right.
that's what I, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I base life off the stuff like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Experience points, leveling up,
Mhm.
chakras, auras, energy.
Right.
So that was just man.
Yeah.
That was
Man, Hunter, you know, I feel kind of bummed out because Hunter x Hunter, it just kind of died out. Like there was no, like, definite ending. I feel like it was just, from what I recall, it was
Well,
like
do you read manga?
I heard it went further.
It
I
did,
didn't. I didn't read it.
did. I do. So
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm really into it. So
Okay.
I really.
I gotta read the rest.
Yeah, just like it's some epic battles and it's some
Mhm.
epic storylines
Anime.
beyond the anime. So.
I got restless and I was reading Attack on Titan's manga because season 2 ended.
Oh yeah.
You watch Attack?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's
Very surprising how everything turned out. All the other Titans that can.
honestly, I seen that coming. I'm not gonna lie, I seen that coming because when I was just watching the first episode again.
Mhm.
Do you remember the first episode?
You know, I started watching it, but I don't think I finished it. But like, it was all peaceful and like, I mean, that colossal titan came up from the wall, started kicking it.
Yeah. Well, all right. The first episode, it was his dad.
Yeah.
Who was like, when I get back, I'm gonna show you the secret of the key. As soon as he gets back, as soon as he leaves, the Titan attacks his mom. Who the dad asks, do not tell him not to follow his dreams if he wants to go out to the wall. So that was just from off that, because I look at anime a lot. I already put two to two together.
Mhm.
Oh, he has something to do with this.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah. It was interesting to find out who the Smiling Titan was.
oh yeah.
I was I forgot the exact role, but like it was ironic that the Smiling Titan ate Aaron's father or Aaron's mom,
Hold
because there was some sort of role that, like, I forget the exact thing, but like it's this irony that it all kind of like made sense that the Smiling Titan ate the mom, and then it was kind of ironic where in the second season where he faced off with that Smiling Titan again.
Oh
Smiling Titan again.
yeah. And then that's when the commands came.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, wait. Okay.
The coordinator Titan.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
just like that's him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like.
Yeah.
But like I said, I watched a lot of
Me
anime,
too.
so I'm just like, oh, it's something about him.
Mhm.
He's gonna have beyond all the other Titans because
Mhm.
he's Aaron. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's such a good storyline.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
very gruesome. I hate the two people that were in the Titan the Survey Corps the whole time when they were Titans.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I forget their exact names, Reinhardt and the other guy.
He was the colossal Titan.
Titan,
and
Armor
the
Titan.
Armor
Damn,
Titan.
dude, I did not
The
see that
standard,
coming.
I did not see that coming either.
Like-
I'm not gonna lie.
But it was interesting, like, I guess when they were in that castle and Ymir was able to read and the other guy was tripping, you can fucking read, like, who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently that language is, like, forgotten or it's not on that wall.
Yeah,
But, let's see, you watch Bleach?
of course.
That's how I got my name, Von Eisen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
So
definitely.
Because
Okay.
he was a badass. I just feel like the manga was like a 6-month epic
Oh, yeah.
fight where the
Yeah.
anime was like 12 minutes. But dude, that was good. I was
Oh yeah,
very
that's a
impressed.
good description of it.
Yeah.
That's a good description of it.
It was like 6 months and then like anime, I was like, oh, okay, kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
well, so Naruto, I'm sure.
Oh, of course.
Who's your favorite?
Broccoli.
Broccoli.
Broccoli. Yeah, I said broccoli. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay,
Broccoli is my favorite.
I see the type of character you're motivated towards is people like they give up on them, but they try so hard. Their dedication, their motivation, they persevere.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, yeah.
Broccoli, dude. People don't know, but I feel like he is like the ultimate like taijutsu. Like
Yeah.
when somebody tell you can't do something and you go around and do it anyway the
Yeah.
best you know how, you know what I'm saying, and you can consider one of the elites of
Yeah.
what you do.
Yeah.
Then that's when I consider you a special person.
Right.
Because all odds was really against you. Like all odds was against Naruto, but
His
not
dad,
really.
his dad was
but
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but not
Yeah,
really.
that
You
makes
already
sense.
had special. You
You
already
got
had
the QB,
special. Yeah, you already had special abilities
To come up
before your dad was the Flash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
know, down the
the
line.
Flash,
And your
yeah.
mom was from
some
a
other
clan with the red hair
Yeah.
that gives you a special
Right.
attributes.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You have more chakra than everybody.
Right, that's true.
So I'm just like,
Rock Lee definitely.
Rock Lee has nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. You know, his parents are even his parents are even normal.
Okay, what I understand, was Rock Lee related to Guy Sensei or no?
No.
But they
He
just look alike.
Yeah, because Brock Lee at first he had long hair and
Okay.
bushy eyebrows.
Right.
But he cut his hair to
Right, okay.
Sensei because he wanted to be just like
Oh,
Sensei.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get, he was like, man, if I can't do like 100 sit-ups, I'll do 1,000 push-ups.
Yeah, like
If I can't do this, I'll do
Man.
this. It was just very motivating to see that perseverance.
Yeah, for real, it's just like I could be with that
Right.
dude because I play basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So being 5'10" and be like, all right, if I can't lay up over a 7-foot dude, I need to do 1,000 floaters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I can't do this three-step back three-pointer, I need to do that spin move step back three-pointer. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So it's just like I could relate to that. Shit,
Right.
You know. So.
Yeah, and Rock Lee, I remember his fight with Gara when he was trying to unlock all 8 paths.
Oh yeah.
And it says, don't do it, you're gonna die.
Yeah. He's like, I don't care. Like, you know, in that type of drive, I just feel like if you don't have that in what you do,
Mhm.
then you really don't want to strive and succeed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was epic, and people kept, even Neji, when you're not gonna be anything.
Oh yeah.
I mean, towards like the Naruto movie and shit, he was like he was the taijutsu user next
Oh, yeah.
to Guy Sensei.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Man, taijutsu is awesome, because it's
It
like,
is.
you don't need like chakra, or you need chakra, but you don't need jutsus or
No.
ganjutsu, you just fist and
Just
like
tie
kicks, man.
and just straight hard work.
Yeah.
Because that boy, he's the epiphany of hard work. You know what I'm saying? Like people were like, Brock Lee, like even when the first episodes came out, they're like, you know, this dude took off his weights. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Some
And they were
Piccolo
like,
shit.
no. And that's one of my favorite. You know,
Yeah.
Piccolo's one of.
Yeah.
You know, he's strong. You know, by himself, and he's just like, don't fuck with Goku, or I'm gonna have to fuck with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. Yeah. Who do you think's stronger, Sakura or Rock Lee?
Oh, that's hard. I would have to say Rock Lee.
Okay.
Just because you gotta remember, Guy Sensei is one of the strongest, and they competed. Guy
Right.
Sensei, what's her?
Tsunade?
Tsunade, Kai Sensei,
Kakashi Sensei?
Kakashi Sensei.
Mhm.
They all like.
True.
They all came in Naruto's. Sensei.
Arrow Sensei? No, Jiraiya.
Jiraiya, Purge Sensei.
Yeah, Purge Sensei, yeah.
Purge Sage. So.
Purge Sage, yeah.
Purdy Sage, them three right there, Guy Sensei, Purdy Sage, and
Well, it was Orochimaru, they're the 3.
oh yeah,
season.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it was just like, if he was trained by one of these dudes and he
Sure.
had he was considered one of the best,
Mhm.
and he had the power to eliminate people,
Mhm.
and when he needed to, I was like, and Brock Lee could be one of the best.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. 'Cause
That's a good question because they all are, you know, strengths and weaknesses.
I would say maybe Sakura is the strongest, like
Mhm.
out of raw
Strength-
power.
Yeah, out of raw. Oh yeah, definitely.
But Rock Lee, he has the techniques and the skills.
Yeah.
You know, all just straight up taijutsu though, but it's still super strong.
But he still has. See, the one with that, he still has his bag. If he gets drunk,
Oh yeah.
nobody could defeat him.
That's true.
Even when that episode where he was facing the dude with the bones,
Oh yeah, that's right. He was one of Sasuke's people.
nobody could beat him.
Right.
Brock Lee, guy got him drunk.
Mhm.
He was like, oh, "We need this beast right now. We
Right.
need this out." You know, so.
I think he was like, I think Guy Sensei was called like the Blue Beast or something.
Oh, yeah,
The Hidden Leaf.
Yeah, the blue, like,
Blue,
come on.
yeah.
Yeah, somebody's called the Blue Beast. Like,
Yeah.
you like, don't mess with that guy. He's
Yeah.
strong, but he's weird.
I liked that Akatsuki a lot. You're just like really badass.
Who?
Akatsuki, it's like the antagonist. I mean, like you have pain, Yeah, it ties
Oh yeah,
all,
oh yeah,
all,
yeah,
the,
yeah.
all the
Oh,
rejects.
oh yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely.
I
Okay.
mean, I just feel bad with like Rain and like, or no, Pain and all his homies. Like, dude,
they was set up from the beginning.
Yeah, that
they was set up
sucks.
from the. They had no chance. They
Yeah.
did not know.
Damn.
But Jiraiya,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that falls back on their master Jiraiya though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he was young, Jiraiya was young.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it was interesting. Like that book. I mean, I think in the book, in Jiraiya's books, like he was on world peace. He named, I think the main character's Naruto, but then like he tried to accomplish world peace with Jiraiya or with Pain, but it didn't work out. And then he did it with Naruto, and it helped.
And it helped, yeah.
But yeah, man, it was crazy. That was a very epic storyline.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Set up the salamander guy, Hanzo.
Oh yeah,
Fuck,
definitely,
man.
bro. Naruto, I think if people really get into it, it could change their point of views on some things in life because they have some real deep, sensitive moments where you're like tearing up, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm tearing up over anime, like, oh
yeah,
shit.
dude.
So
That was interesting, and like it was crazy because even it was, I think it was Orochimaru and Jiraiya. They saw them like when they were kids, and Orochimaru was like, yo, like they're just kids of war. Let's put them out of their misery.
yeah.
And Jiraiya's like, no, man, like I'm gonna try to teach them.
Yeah.
That was crazy, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fucked up. That's some like the war thing, the war torn thing, and that was crazy.
Yeah,
Let's see what else. Oh, I'm watching Boruto. I like it.
Boruto?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the new one, yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
I haven't got into that one yet.
It took me a while just because like, well, what else? I mean, like how much more? It's like almost regurgitated. At first, I didn't like it, but it's kind of cool to see the main characters grow up and see their kids like, oh wow, like that person got with that person. You know, it's interesting. Like, yeah. Let's see what else. So obviously, like drive and passion and dedication, commitment, that's really part of your character. What advice do you have for people that, oh, I want to make music, I want to rap, I want to get in this industry? What advice can you give them that you think would be like worthy advice?
There's no, I feel like, honestly, there's no gray areas. Black and white. If you want something, you ask. Don't guess and be like, oh, he could mean this. No. Ask. Like, yo, is this when you said the studio time? Is it $25 an hour or is it $125?
Right.
And that could, and with that, like that little push right there, it could make you go so far.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's no questions no more. It's guarantees. You need guarantees. You know, nothing's fully guaranteed, but you need as much as possible guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody told me, you know, like 2 years ago, I didn't, nobody was listening to my rap. You know what I'm saying? They were like, oh, you're good, you're okay. But now it's just like, oh, yo.
Yeah.
Put your shit in the car, man. Let's bump this shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, for anybody, don't just keep. There's no beating around the hard work. There's no beating around the hard work. You know, I went back to pen and pad. You know, just for the experience points. You know, because I miss those. I miss those. I feel like in Pokemon, when the old Pokemons where you had to go around the grass and really train and level up. That's how I feel.
I like that.
I'm really out there grinding, training, living this life that no other rappers said they've been living, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? I'm really living the striving life. So just the advice is, man, be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. If you're garbage, that's because you're not being real with yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be real with yourself. Your ear has to be real. Like, oh, it sounds okay. Don't be content with okay. You know what I'm saying? Really be real with yourself. It's really black and white. That's it.
What song that you released that you showed people were like, oh shit, you're pretty good? What song was that of yours? But like the first song, like, hey, check this out. Oh shit, this is actually good.
I would have to say Mackin. Mackin, that was like one of my first like earlier like releases on 93, and it's just smooth, you know what I'm saying? Take that to the triple X, I'm like to the next step, Ashley pass, forget about the past. It was just people were just like, oh shit, that shit smooth, but they did give me a little praise, but I was just like, that's when I realized like, oh, I could go. Like I just need to find my flow. Like I said, I only been doing this for 2 years.
It's crazy.
So.
You definitely you have the voice for it. You have the natural talent. That's awesome. Man.
Appreciate
like, you know,
it.
like I thought you've been rapping for like, I mean, 2 years is a minute, but like I've been rapping for like a while. But 2 years is, dude. I mean, you must have put in a lot of work just to put out that much content,
Bro,
in like
yes.
2 years. Man, 2016.
Yeah.
What month was it? You remember? July.
Nah, it was actually soon as 2017 hit in January. I was like, it's go time, because I'm a real firm believer in writing down your goals.
I like that.
And just have like write it down. You know what I'm saying? Manifest it.
What about like writing down something as opposed to just keeping it in your head makes a difference?
Because you're manifesting it.
Right.
You actually it's actually happening. You know.
Right.
You write something down. You wrote that down. You write it down up here. It didn't happen yet. That's half doing the job. The full job is putting it on paper and doing it up here. So everybody get the big picture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you only get the big picture, that's only you. But if everybody's getting the big picture, like, oh snaps, like, you know, this is a bigger plan. Like he has this, that in store, and you gotta let everybody know that. You know, I'm gonna let everybody know my plan. You know what I'm saying? I met this dude named Billionaire yesterday. He said it perfectly. If Apple has an Apple iPhone on the wall and you need to post it on the wall, and nobody's gonna go over there and rip it down and be like, oh man, I don't like that. I don't like that Apple. It's gonna be on the wall. Apple don't care if you like it or not. They're gonna put it on the wall.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that referencing is, your music, people might not want to hear it all the time. People might not want to listen to it all the time. So what? You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that so what mentality. When I play basketball, I wish I had that so what mentality instead of, yes, coach, let me do it your way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that so what mentality. So yeah.
Do you have any upcoming projects you want to announce?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I should be dropping a single to my next project called Under the Circumstances, December 12th.
Okay, that's my birthday.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Dang, that's a coincidence because I wrote that down. Like I wrote that down like December 12th.
What about 12/12 made you?
Man, I just feel like December is a hardcore winter month. You know what I'm saying? And everybody works. That's when everybody like do. And 12 it just came about. It was like December 12th. I just felt like that was a good day. I felt like that was a good day, so I was just like December 12th. And people were like, why? They asked the same question. I just feel like it was something that's telling me like that's a good day. So that's crazy that's crazy that I just said your birthday.
Yeah.
Universe works in mysterious ways.
Definitely.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like out of all the months, like you said, December 12. Wow, it's like
that Pacific.
There's 365 days.
And I said that one your birthday. Wow.
Some real shit.
Hey, that's some real shit right
what
there.
The fuck?
All right. Yeah, that's under the circumstances.
That's
man.
under the circumstances. Yeah. All right, man. Where can we find you on social media?
Oh man, everything. My Instagram is Reggie_Rare. You know what I'm saying? You can follow my team. It's at Third Channel. That's 3RT channel. And you can find all my music on all the streaming platforms: iTunes, SoundCloud.
Awesome.
You know. Yeah,
sweet.
Under Reggie Rare, man.
One more.
Catch Me Smoking video out now. So
dope video.
Check that.
So how many members are in? Like 5 or 6 of you?
6.
All right. Would love it if we can get all of them here one day.
Oh, definitely.
This table accommodates. It can accommodate 6 people.
Yeah.
Angle. I really want to hear the story because y'all like are killing it, man.
Appreciate it.
Each artist has their own style, but y'all are putting stuff out constantly. It's definitely, man. It's good to like. I gotta document that.
Yeah, man. Dude, we trying, man. You gotta put the content out. If you don't put the content out, how are you gonna? You could shoot 1,000 shots. You know what I'm saying? And you might only make 2, but those 2 might be those good shots, and you're gonna learn from those 2 shots you made. The form, the way you shot it up, the way how high you should shoot, how low you should shoot out of those 1,000 shots. So when it comes to music, it's like you feel like yourself is getting better. you know when yourself is getting better, and when you really be real with yourself again, and you're like, damn, I just made 1,000 songs.
Mm.
Do you know anybody who made 1,000 songs yet?
No.
That's what I'm saying. They're not putting the work in. Tell me somebody who made 1,000 songs and tell me they don't sound good on one of them.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of that method, man.
All right, thanks, man. Voncast show.
No,
Thank you, bro.
appreciate you, man.
No problem.